Hey guys, we're Ibrahim and Emalia, otherwise known as Ib and M,
Yeah.
and this is our first YouTube video.
This is our first ever video on the channel. We've been toying with this idea for a long time, and we finally got around to setting it up. We'll show you guys a little behind the scenes on Instagram because
it's jokes.
The setup is bad.
It's given first time.
You know, we want to post more long form content. We want to get our personalities across. You guys obviously have seen bits and bobs of us on like TikTok or Instagram, but we want to do more like longer day in the lives, like week in the lives, showing you guys what we get up to, showing you guys a bit more about our relationship,
definitely. We want to show you guys the personalities behind Ib and M. Obviously, social media shows like the highlights of us and things like that, but we thought it'd be really good to kind of show you guys more of like the raw side of both of us, and like
a bit more vulnerable.
Yeah, a bit more vulnerable. Things that we both enjoy doing, like taking you on trips maybe we wouldn't put on social media, but we want to tell you guys. So we thought that what better way to do it than start a YouTube and be able to like document that on there for you guys.
And also share like tips and tricks, so it's relationship stuff, gym stuff, some of the stuff we go into on Instagram, like on our stories, and we'll talk a bit about. But it's not really like, you can only say so much on an Instagram story. This is more of a chance for us to sort of sit down and be like, oh look, you know, today we're going to talk about why women shouldn't train fasted when they go to the gym. And hopefully, you know, you guys can learn a thing or two from that. Before we get started, anyone seen that dance with the guys like that on the boat?
I don't know what your obsession is with that at the moment. I've not even seen it.
Look at the little kid on the boat.
Oh my god. So, first question is, how did you guys first meet? Do you want to start with this one? We're going to tell two different stories.
So, we met in Nottingham,
This is one of my favourite
we were
stories.
both in Nottingham for different reasons. So, I'd moved up to Nottingham to live with a friend. I was working from home, like it was just during COVID, or just like that time after COVID when things were slightly open, but they weren't properly. So, I was in Nottingham with friends, working, and you were at uni. In Nottingham.
I was in my second year, like I was just finishing my second year of uni. So this is rewind 4 years ago. We matched on a dating app, and then you asked for my number, we exchanged, like had brief conversations, and then I didn't reply, and then you were like, oh, I can't be bothered.
No, I was just like, oh, like...
He was giving it the nonchalant.
No, if you're not going to reply, I was like, oh, well, what's the point, kind of thing. So I just left it, and then a few weeks went by, and we both happened to be out on the same night, in the same place, in Rock City, in Notts. If you know about Rock City, then you know. If you don't know,
if you don't get to know,
then I suggest you do go, because it's a decent night. I saw Ems in the club, and I said to my friend, look, that's that Emmy girl. I'm not going to talk to her because...
Shout out Morgs.
I'm not going to talk to her because obviously she's like been ignoring me. So it doesn't matter. Let's just move on with our lives. And then a few hours go by, and then I walk past you.
This actually moves us on into the next question we got asked: who approached who first?
So anyway, I walk past Ems. She then comes up, taps me in the back, and it's like, oh, gives it the whole, I feel like I know who you are, kind of thing. Basically, she saw man in person and thought, oh, what am I doing? What am I playing at? And then...
No, I actually just recognised you. And I was like, oh, I'm so, like, if you see me out, like, I'm so friendly. I love talking to everyone. I'm such an extrovert. And you're, like, more introverted. So I feel like I just went up to you because I was just like, oh, I just want to say hi. Like, and then I went and said hi. And then, obviously, And then it was like, as I tapped him on the shoulder and he turned around, I was like, oh, I just feel like this is meant to be. I felt like this is like right place, right time. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a moment. And I was like, oh, I feel like I'm going to remember this moment for like a really long time.
And there you go.
There you go. 4 years later.
Yeah. So that's how we met. Emma sat me on the shoulder. Then we started talking. I spent the whole rest of the night pretty much chatting away. And then
it was so sweet because we were talking about like, we have two like relationships in our life that are like really important to us. Like, I've grown up with my parents who like have the most incredible relationship, and you've got your grandma and granddad who've got the most amazing relationship. And like, it was just so lovely because we just spent the whole night like talking about them and how we really like want a relationship like that. And
it's very deep combo.
It was really deep combo for like
for a first interaction. But yeah.
And then I went back with my friends, he went back with his. He sent me a little text being like, oh, are you home okay?
Shared it.
Yes.
Plot twist.
Plot twist, I did actually. No, I didn't air it.
You did.
Oh, well.
Until like a few days later or some shit.
Okay.
Anyway,
keep him wanting more. You very kindly asked me out on a date, and you said it in a really nice way. It was kind of like, look, I want to take you out, we're going here. be ready at this time. And then I was like, love this. Like, a man knows what he wants. So yeah, I was like, oh, of course. And then I didn't reply for the whole day.
Yeah, now on the day of the date, like she just didn't reply to me. I was like, all right, fairs. And then the date was booked for 7:30, and it got to like 10 to 7. I was a bit like,
she's not coming.
Like, what are we doing? Do I get ready? Do I not? I messaged her, she hadn't replied, and then it got to like 20 past 7, and she just messaged saying, "Oh, I'm leaving now to go. Like, I'll be 5 minutes." And I was like, "Oh, brilliant." So
you live like 20 minutes away.
Late.
But the backstory of that is, like, I was actually taking hours to get ready because I was like, I didn't know what to wear, I didn't know whether to go because I was like no. Not like that, but I'd never been on like a first date before. Like I don't do like, I don't like to like really go on first dates. Like they make me feel
you're so extroverted.
No, but just first dates make me feel like nervous. I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't like being put in that situation.
Anyway, so yeah, that's then we went on the first date, and ever since that we were like besotted. We were. Yeah. Just we went from strength to strength, really, didn't it?
Yeah. Apart from, sorry to add more context, but throughout the whole first date, he was basically saying to me like, he was bantering me, saying like how he brings all his girls here to where we went on a date, and I was like, who does that? But obviously, I found out after it's because you were just like a bit nervous.
No.
Or he just brings all his girls there.
My humour is very sarcastic. And
yeah, that was it.
Ems hadn't quite clocked onto that yet.
Yeah, not
so I was
girly.
making sarcastic jokes, and then she was taking them as like serious, and it was just like she hadn't quite clocked on, and it just But anyway, we moved on. We got past.
And
that.
I held your hand as we left, and you were like, "Oh,
you're a bit keen."
She must really like me. Okay, next question, which is one we get asked. This is probably our most asked question on social media, and that is, what religion do you both follow? So yeah, do you want to start with this one?
You can start if you want.
Yeah, so I was Christian when I was younger. I was Christian obviously when I was young, and then I feel like I've only just kind of re-picked up on that religion the last couple of years, and like been going to church again and things like that.
Yeah, so from my side, I'm actually not religious. Obviously the name Ibrahim is quite a religious name, but I don't follow a particular faith at all. I've got sort of feelings of, there being an afterlife and those kind of things, but it's not necessarily in the sense of like, I don't go to church, I don't go to mosque or whatever it is, and it's not something that I've necessarily been raised by when I was younger, and then I suddenly turned away from that as I got older. It's just not been something that's been involved in my life, even when I was small, to be honest. But yeah, obviously we get asked the question a lot.
Pretty much, Ibrahim doesn't follow a religion, and if I were to follow a religion, it would be Christianity. Yeah. So yeah, that's that. A really lovely question, actually. How did you get to know each other, and what are your goals and aspirations?
Well, we kind of answered the first bit. Also,
yeah.
Not the table.
I think get to know each other means like, how did you get to know each other in your relationship?
I don't know if they meant that, but we can take it as
okay.
that.
What should we take it as that? We've already done. Yeah.
We spent a lot of time in our relationship, like talking to each other, talking about ideas, talking about concepts, talking about like deep thinking about things. So then we learned each of our point of views on different topics because of those conversations. If that makes sense. And
we also learn how we communicate as well. Like I think I'm quite say how I feel type of person, and if I feel a certain way, I'll talk about it, and I've learned to address that, and then you move on, and that's how you deal with conflict. Whereas you are more, you kind of process it by yourself, and you don't really, you wouldn't bring conflict up to me, or you wouldn't bring that sort of stuff up.
Yeah, I'm not a big conflict guy. So mine's it's just very different to yours. But again, because we've had those conversations and we've, not in like a weird way, but we've like analysed it and we spoke about it and stuff, and
we've got to know ourselves a lot, like in the last couple of years. So getting to know us and how we deal with situations and we process things.
The key thing
has helped our relationship.
But the key thing is making time for your relationship during the week or the month or what the day or whatever it is, to then speak to each other. That's how we did.
What are your goals and aspirations? That's a really lovely one. That was the same. Someone put on the same question.
What, for the year? For the
and
month?
Is that God? We have so many goals and aspirations. We've got individual goals and we've got joint goals, don't we?
Yeah.
Do you want to go with what your individual goals are first?
Goals and aspirations. So for me, I am keen to keep improving my health and fitness. It's something that's a big passion of mine, not just in exercise, but also like nutrition as well, and just general like lifestyle stuff. Obviously, I've got those bigger goals and aspirations of like, oh, I want to start a family, want to be a dad, like those kind of things. But in terms of like more like imminent goals and aspirations, like I say, the fitness stuff, I think learning another language. So I'm quite into my Spanish. Over to Ems.
What are my goals and aspirations? I would love to. I think I've already achieved one of my main goals is like to help females with their health and fitness, and like to talk more about the menstrual cycle. And I just think like growing up, we weren't massively made aware of like how fitness and training and nutrition can affect us in like different stages of our cycle. We were kind of taught to just deal with it and get on with it. And I think that's a big aspiration and goal for me to talk a bit more about that, whether that's on podcast talks, or if it's just like I'm doing now with our clients or on social media. That's something that I'm really passionate about. Obviously, bigger goals and aspirations, like Ibrahim said, I'd love to have a family one day. Growing my relationships are really important to me. Growing my relationship with myself as well, and like how I feel about things, how I process things. Like I'm really introspective, so like I'll analyze a lot of things I do, and it could be a good and a bad thing, but I think it's helped me become the person I am. I'd love to do a high rocks, one day run a marathon. We did a half marathon this year, and that was so cool to achieve.
It was tough.
Yeah.
We've got a lot, and
it's hard to narrow it into one thing. Like there's loads of things
like
you want
health
to
and
do.
fitness ones, there's like lifestyle
Obviously,
ones,
grow this account, like grow
social media ones.
Yeah.
There's a whole host of different ones.
There's a host.
So yeah.
But ones together, I would say our goals and aspirations together are just keep a happy, healthy relationship going. Like keep listening to each other, keep supporting each other, loving each other. I'd say, stop it. I'd say like just making sure we're all good.
All good enough.
Goals and aspirations is a hard one because there are a lot of things that you want to talk about.
Yeah, we have to do a separate video.
We will actually have to do a separate video
on
goals and
aspirations.
The next one is you're pregnant. So, hon, do you think you're pregnant?
I'm not pregnant. No.
I'd love to confirm I'm not pregnant. But I love how that was a question on the Q&A. No, we're not pregnant. We definitely don't want to start a family right now. We're just kind of want to work on us and
we're just grafting.
We're just on a little bubble in our little...
And we're just trying to get our base and foundation sorted first.
Yeah.
And then...
We've always said this. We often talk about how much we'd love to have a family one day, but we think it's important for us to just kind of solidify our foundation, our base, before we introduce any new dynamics.
Also, we want to live life like...
Not to say you can't live life with a family. I think you can.
Again, I also agree that you can do that. But I was coming from the perspective of me personally. I like the idea of living a life that you gain experience from, which then when you have a family, you can then bestow that experience and knowledge onto them. Because,
that is very, very, very true.
Thank you. What's the next question?
So, someone bought thoughts on AD 21. Right, I'm guessing this is Jamie.
This is so for context, AD 21 is Abu Dhabi 21, and that is the race to which
Formula One
is the race to which Lewis Hamilton was leading and was going to win his record-breaking 8th world title, and then they changed the rules mid-race. And that gave the advantage to Max Verstappen, and as a result, Lewis lost the race, and Max obviously went on to win. Yeah, my thoughts on that are that there's no other sport where people would just change the rules mid-game, mid-match to favour someone else. So the word I'm looking for is scripted. That's the way to describe it, but. Yeah, I appreciate that question.
And if you didn't already know, he's a huge F1 fan, so he loves it. And he has been trying to get me into it. I went to the movie.
Ems went to watch the film.
And the movie was good. Yeah, I love the movie. Everyone was really good in it. So, we love that. We love the F1. Good.
Brad Pitt and Damson Idris are not watching this.
If you are.
Yeah, guys. If you're watching, guys.
If you're watching, can we get some F1 tickets?
No, just me, because Ems doesn't appreciate the race.
I do appreciate it. Have you seen all the stuff online at the moment? Everyone's saying how people have been invited who like just don't appreciate
That's
it.
like if you got invited.
No, because I do appreciate it. I appreciate pretty men. Do you know what I mean?
So exactly. Look, case in point.
So I can be there for that.
But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Scripted.
How tall are you both? I'm 5'9". Ibrahim's gonna lie by his height, but I'll let him.
So I am 6'6" or 198 centimeters. So whatever you take that as, whether it's 6'5" or 6'6", whatever the conversion is, it's 198 centimeters. So both M's and I are pretty tall.
Yeah, we're really tall actually. Very tall for our age. And people, I think, forget.
For our age. No,
I mean, gender.
We're both tall for our genders.
People often don't realise how tall we are. Like when we go to events and stuff, like people will often say, "Oh, I didn't realise you were that tall." Because I think when we stand next to each other,
because we're both tall, it kind of like cancels.
Yeah, like if I was like 5'4" and I was dating you, or 5'2" or whatever, I would look very small in comparison to you'd look ginormous. But I like that we're both tall.
Yeah.
Love that for us. Where are you from, ethnicity wise? That's one of the questions here. And my parents are both from Britain, so they're from like the Midlands and Nottingham. So I was raised in the Midlands. And you, Ibrahim, where are you from?
I am mixed race. So my mum is from Glasgow in Scotland, and my dad is from Sierra Leone, so west coast of Africa.
You seem so healthy. Do you ever argue? Great question.
The easy answer is yes, we do argue.
Yeah.
We argue just before this
Moving
video.
on. Every couple argues. If they say they don't, then love that for them. But at the end of the day, you're two different people from two different upbringings, and you're bound to have differing opinions and not agree on everything. We communicate very differently, and we've just learned each other's communication styles. So.
No, I agree. Like I said, I think I'm not a massive fan of conflict, but we do actually still argue over little bits and bobs. And I think at the start of our relationship, we were like, oh no, we don't argue. But then when you move in together, like you're bound to argue over, you don't disagree over some things because you're not the same person. So
I think, as long as you're speaking to each other like kindly, calmly, you're not raising your voice, like you're respecting your partner when you talk to them or you express concerns. That is the main point. Like, I think maybe some people think like an argument needs to be like heated, and no, like an argument can just be you have an opinion, I have an opinion, we've had an argument, or if you want to call it a disagreement, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's okay to do that. It's okay to disagree. Like, we definitely need to normalize having different opinions and not agreeing on everything. Elaborating on that just a little bit, I do think that it's a really interesting topic, conflict in relationships, and I do think, like we said, people. So ironically, I've literally got this book right here, The Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, and it talks a lot about like male and female's differences and like how our upbringings can be different, but also like biologically we are different. Biologically we cope with things in different ways. Like that is innate within us. Women can be a lot more emotional. Males can be a lot more logical. Like that is pretty much facts. And I think so. Taking all of that into consideration when you're communicating with your other half is really important.
Just being aware of that, I think, is important because it's like, there'll be times when you both look at the same situation and you look at it differently, and you can't comprehend why the other person isn't seeing it the same way that you are, even though you're both seeing the same situation play out. So. It's good. Not saying you have to read that book, and this video isn't sponsored by that book.
Literally.
But
I think I see a lot of things online, and it's so true. Like males can tend to be like problem solvers, or like they can try and like you tell them you've got an issue, and then they'll think, oh, how could I solve this, instead of just being there. Like
a good example is literally before we started this video. Ems was talking about the lighting and was like, oh, the lighting in the flat isn't ideal, and I wasn't thinking, oh yeah, the lighting in the flat isn't ideal. I was thinking, right, how are we going to improve the lighting? Like, should we, we've got this ring light, should we set that up? Should we shut the blinds? And I said to Ems, like, what? You can only play with the cards you're dealt. Whereas Ems was happy to sit and talk and be like, oh, the lighting's bad, and oh, this isn't good, and it's like, yeah, but let's just get to the solution. Whereas as a woman, I'm guessing Ems is, and you can obviously jump in, you're thinking more like that. No, those are your emotions, those are how you're feeling. You want to get that out, and then you want to go to the solution. Whereas I'm just more like,
I get why you've used that. Maybe that's not the best scenario, only because I also did want to find a solution, or I did want to sort it.
True, but the premise of the example is that you your first thing was emotionally discussing your emotions. Whereas my first reaction was, how are we going to
That is very true. And lately I've been a bit frustrated with like, the lighting of the flight and things like that. Like that's not just like an opinion. That was more of like this is frustrating me. So yeah, I was trying to get my emotions out, but. See, it's like couples therapy, guys. When did you start Ibn-Ems?
So we started the TikTok at the at the end of 2022 / start of 2023.
Yeah.
And then we were posting bits and bobs, like just because we just moved to Manchester and we were posted, like we were going out quite a lot, exploring the city, and we were recording lots of videos, just generally for our own camera roll. And we were like, should we start? Like, should we put this on TikTok? Yeah. So we did that start of 2023, but we were quite like inconsistent with posting, and then it wasn't until we came back from Dubai that year in like August time that we started properly like posting consistently.
And originally it used to be like a date night account, like it was kind of like Ibrahim said, us just going into town, us going into the city, getting clips, going on date nights, showing you guys that golf, and then like as we kind of figured out, we both have a huge passion for fitness, we both really love it, we both want to pursue it, we then started kind of changing our socials to that a little bit more. And then I think one of our viral videos was like, boyfriend lifting girls' weights. Like we did that quite a lot, and like people liked that and engaged with that. And then we ended up getting like sponsorships from that, and we got to work with different brands.
Yeah, and then we didn't actually start the Instagram until the start of 2024, so last year. And then since then we've just been juggling both platforms. Ems has been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I will hold my hands up for.
If you see our social media, it's me.
And then we started YouTube at the start of this year, but we're only uploaded like our reels. And then this is our first.
This is our first video. So guys, that is our Q&A done and dusted.
Yeah, that is our first YouTube video done. We hope you learned a bit about us. And we're gonna now learn how to edit this video, learn how to sort all the thumbnails and stuff out, because again, this is our first time.
We're gonna give it the whole like, comment, subscribe, and
like, comment, subscribe.
We would really appreciate it, guys. Obviously,
we've got big aspirations. That's one of the aspirations we've got, is to grow this channel and so, like I said, be a bit more vulnerable and personable.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed as well. Like, if you have any other questions, do let us know. Obviously, we'll put our socials and stuff down below if you don't already follow us on Instagram or TikTok, because we post regularly on both of those platforms.
Yeah, we hope you've enjoyed the video, guys, and we will catch you in the next one. See you in the next video.
Love you.
Love you. There's no one watching.
I love them though.